Hello, YouTube. We are going to a
self-defecation tank. We're going to shit on ourselves inside of a tank.
Okay. So today we are going to a sensory deprivation tank. Okay, so we're on the way now. So if you don't know what that is, I'm gonna school you real quick. This is kind of like a form of meditation. You can either do a float room or a float pod, which both of them look really crazy. Floating is one of the best methods for achieving deep mental relaxation and physical relief because it induces a neutral state for your mind and body, allowing them to rest, recover, and rejuvenate. It's been touted by everyone, including professional athletes, physical therapists, meditation specialists, pregnant women, and the non-stop parent and professional. Oh, cool. Temporary float pod and deluxe float room have customizable features to create your own ideal float environment, including ambient lighting, music options, and an adjustable lid in the pod that can remain open or closed. Afterwards, you can enjoy the post-float glow in our lounge with complimentary tea and other amenities. Okay, so we are outside of Sonder Mind and Body. So we're about to flip a coin to see who gets the room or who gets the pod. What's the rules here?
Which should heads be? You get what?
Okay, heads will be the room, I guess.
For you?
Yes.
Alright. Heads, you get the room. Tails, I get the room.
Okay.
You get the room.
Oh, shit! Are you sure?
Yep.
I will be getting the room, and he's gonna get the pod. I'm even more nervous, I think, now, because it's like more to handle. Are you nervous?
A little bit.
Are you less excited?
I got the pod.
Are you less excited?
No, I'm fine with it.
Are you sure?
Yeah, I'm totally fine with it.
Okay. We're about to do it.
We're gonna see if it lives up to the hype. Let's go ahead.
Alright, so we'll be back. Hey. How do you feel?
Pretty good. Did you enjoy it?
It took a while.
Yeah.
So we just came out, and I got to do the room, and he got to do the pods, but we have no idea how each of the other ones was.
Mine was pretty awesome.
So when it first started, like, walk us through it.
So I immediately turned the lights off.
Really?
Yeah, the lights on in that little pod was just too much. And it didn't look like anything. You're in this little like industrial spaceship looking thing. That wasn't very relaxing. So I turned those off immediately and had music on, little new agey type of stuff you would normally hear like at a massage place or something.
Yeah.
So that was really cool. I was going for a little while. I think I started with the music off. I switched back and forth a few times.
I didn't ever touch the music button.
They had different volume levels. Like, when you press it, it would change the volume, which was actually coolest when it was loudest. And also the speaker was placed in a certain part of the tank, and you'd kind of float around and move in the tank, and it was kind of trippy. And you'd be all, you know, spaced out and shit, and you would float towards the speaker, and the music would just get louder and louder and louder. Just kind of felt like you were floating towards something. But I saw a lot of the like little weird spirally stuff, and then at one point there was like, almost looked like these little black smoke arms coming down towards me over and over again.
Really?
Yeah, just a lot of hallucination, basically. You'd hear your heartbeat really loudly when you didn't have music on.
Really?
Yeah. And towards the end, it was really cool because what I started seeing was like trees. It looked like I was floating like down a river or a creek where there were trees hanging overhead at night. So there was like a really dark kind of like purple backdrop with the silhouette of trees going overhead, and I just felt like I was floating around
Really?
the river. And then at the very end, I started seeing this one bright dot right in front of me, and there was like a tunnel of smoke surrounding it, and it was like getting brighter, and then the woman's voice started talking, saying that the float was over. And I was kind of annoyed about that.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay, so my experience seems totally different than yours. So I go in there, and I went to where the shower was, like rinsed off, and then I got into the little room. It kind of, like, the thoughts that I kept having were that it was kind of like if you were an astronaut.
Yeah.
Because it was literally like you were not, like, okay, so what kind of bothered me is that it's like a room.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is, like, when you would be floating, you would keep floating around in there, and
Yeah.
you would like hit different sides of the walls.
Yeah, that happened to me too.
And so, like, okay, so it felt really weird to me. Like, when I first got in there, I like sat down, and then I was like, okay, I don't know about this. And then I laid all the way back, and I brought they have like a little head float thing that you can use, and I brought that in there. And then I put that behind my head, and then I had the earplugs in, so I couldn't hear very well when the lady came over the speaker, and I literally panicked. I was like, oh my god, like, am I missing something that I need to know right now? And I was like, I can't even hear, but I can't take the earplugs out because they won't go back in. And so I was kind of like freaking out at first already. And then I had the lights and the stars on and the music on. So I was tripling it. And I just like kind of laid there for a while, and then I like put my hands behind my head.
That's
so
what
I
I did. Yeah.
For a little bit, and it was literally just like pretty relaxing. And then I would like start to close my eyes, but then I would get like scared because it kind of felt like I was on like, I was really high in the sky. It felt kind of like I wasn't really floating because you can't feel yourself floating. It's not like you're trying to float. It feels like it just felt weird at times. It felt like I kind of wanted to roll over on my side, but I couldn't.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, when I first got in, I had some kind of like neck discomfort when I was originally laying.
Yeah.
And that's when I put my hands behind my head. But after I got used to it, I was able to not have my hands behind my head.
Me
but
too.
Definitely the first like 10 minutes were like that. And I had the pillow thing and the little headrest thing, and put that on for a second, didn't really like it, took it off, and it kept bumping into me, so I threw it out of the
You didn't
the
use
pod.
it? I thought you were supposed to use it.
You don't have to. Like I said, you can use it or not.
Your head
use it.
still floats?
Yeah, your head
My
will
head
still-
felt heavy.
No, it still floats, but what was great was not having the headrest. Your ears would go underwater, which there were speakers underwater too, so you could hear all the
Oh,
music.
so I just did it all wrong. But
I don't think so. I mean, apparently a lot of people like to use the headrest. I just threw mine out because it kept bumping into me. And
So since you have like literally no sense of time
at all.
that kind of like, you don't have your phone, you don't have anything in there, and you're just naked in this water.
You're listening to a song for an hour that just
Repeats
has like
itself.
a drone in the background, and it's just one chord with like notes twinkling in and
Yeah.
out here and there.
But here's the one thing, the stars,
Mm-hmm.
dude. Okay, so there's like a handle in mine, so it was like a pool. Like I was like floating around, but I had my arms, and I kept like moving my arms around in my whole body because you wouldn't go underwater, but you would just like skid across the water, which was really kind of cool. And then I would just like use my feet and my hands, and I had them like fully extended. And I would use my feet every time it would bump into the edge to like push off to the other side of the room, which was pretty fun. I finally got the courage to turn the lights off at one point. I had my hand on one of the handles on the door. I turned the lights off and it was only stars, but I swear it was like a completely different thing. It would scare me so bad that I would have to turn the lights back on. I would just like sit there and be like, okay, this isn't so bad. And then I would go over to where the light was and put my head over it. So it would kind of dim the light that was in the water. Also my hands, like I could see myself a little bit and it looked like I was like a spider. Like my hands looked like spider legs and it was freaking me out. Trying to stop thinking, but I couldn't. So I closed my eyes sometimes, but I would end up opening them because I just wanted to see what was happening. But at some points I was kind of hallucinating and seeing like weird stuff in the top of the little room. But when I turned the lights back off the last time, I probably was in there for like 10 minutes tops with the lights off and just the stars. But it literally felt like I was in another world, or I was just like floating around in space. But then like the music turned off and I remember that really freaked me out before she came on the speaker.
See, I didn't even notice when it went off, but when it went off, it was at the perfect time because that like little tunnel with the light in the middle of it that I was seeing, and the music, I guess, just went out and I didn't even notice that it had gone off, and I was like, this is fucking intense. Fuck.
No,
And then she started talking to me, so
yeah.
I wanted to see where this goes.
Yeah.
The stars would probably be really cool. I definitely want to try the room next time.
I want to try the pod next time.
The swaying sensation.
Really?
And I was able to see, like, clouds would move this way, and then they would come back this way.
So you full out hallucinated. I full out did not hallucinate.
I was consciously trying to make that happen. I was kind of just shooting my eyes all around kind of rapidly a little bit, and it would just kind of scramble.
Overall, I would say it was a pretty cool experience. I would 1,000,000 times do that again. Well, for everyone who wants to try this out, I would say go for it. You get a whole entire hour in there. I was expecting like 30 minutes, but it kind of goes by pretty fast. Other than that, after you get out, you get to take a shower. They have shampoo, conditioner, and body wash. You can go into their bathroom where they have a hair dryer, straightener, hair products, hairspray, face moisturizer, literally basically everything. They have towels. I didn't wake up thinking I was gonna be here today, but here we are. That was amazing, honestly. I feel so much better. Really relaxed, and I feel like I'm glowing. Do I look like it? Called the After Float Glow. So comment down below if you think I'm glowing. And also like this video if you like this video, and subscribe just cause I need help.